For 8 long, agonizing years, you were relentlessly pursued and attacked. Your name was dragged through the mud, subjected to constant criticism and suspicion, as if you were guilty of something terrible. Yet the accusations were against a phantom, a made-up enemy that simply did not exist. Can you still feel the immense burden of that experience? The way suspicion crept into your mind, the constant feeling of being watched by unseen eyes, the sense of invisible restrictions that made it difficult to simply live and breathe in places you needed to feel safe. They meticulously turned your life into a chaotic investigation, a place where they looked for crimes that were never committed, finding no evidence and showing no mercy. Now, they find themselves completely stuck, unable to comprehend the reality that you are still standing strong. Let's be completely honest. They never truly wanted justice. Justice would have meant uncovering the truth, and the truth was the very thing they desperately wanted to avoid. They weren't targeting you because you had done something wrong. They were targeting you because your very existence, the fact that you were living, breathing, and being yourself, was enough to shake the foundations of their own unstable world. They disguised their obsession with layers of false accusations, piles of lies, and invented evidence. But the real, unspoken reason for their pursuit was that you were unstoppable, uncontrollable, and a force they couldn't possibly manage or break. Think about the sheer magnitude of those 8 years. That's nearly a full decade spent desperately trying to prove you were guilty of something you didn't do. They dug into your past like scavengers, searching for any small mistake or wrongdoing, but they found nothing that wasn't there. They successfully turned your reputation into a cold case file, your image into a target, and your quiet refusal to engage with their lies into something suspicious. And when they inevitably came up empty-handed, they didn't stop. They intensified their efforts. Because in their distorted thinking, your innocence was actually more threatening than any guilt could have been. Your innocence meant you held power. It meant you couldn't be easily controlled, and it meant their lies had no hold over you. This realization made you appear incredibly dangerous to them. But here's the truly remarkable part, the irony that's almost comical. After all the surveillance, the constant tracking, the malicious gossip, and the cold stares, after years of paranoia and chasing shadows, they found absolutely nothing. All they saw was the reflection of their own fear staring back at them. And now, the tables have dramatically turned. They are the ones who seem suspicious. They are the ones who flinch at sudden noises. They are the ones struggling to breathe under the same pressure and paranoia they desperately wanted you to drown in. Do you understand the profound shift that has occurred? They pursued you relentlessly, and in doing so, they exposed their own weaknesses and fears. Every hour they spent watching you was an admission of their own insecurity. Every year they spent building a framework of lies only served to prove they couldn't break you. You didn't just endure their hunt. You completely reversed the situation. You skillfully turned them into the ones being watched, the ones exposed, because there's nothing more humiliating than chasing a shadow for 8 years and realizing that shadow is now looking back, perhaps even amused. 8 years. That's a significant amount of time consumed by pure, overwhelming obsession. Do you realize what such intense obsession does